Good evening, everybody. It is Brandon Foster, the owner and founder of Magic Land Vacations, the travel planning genies, and the absolutely incredible Laura. I actually put it the right way this time, Laura.
You did.
Laura Morrison, who is our business manager and lead travel planning genie. And we are going live for all of you incredible, amazing, awesome people, parents, grandparents, people obsessed with Disney, kidults, Disney. What's the other one? It's Disney adults. Yeah, Disney adults who are obsessed with Disney. And listen, if you all have never been on a Disney cruise before, you are missing out big time. It is, I've sailed on Royal Caribbean. And I love Royal. I want to be clear about that. I love Royal. It's very different than Disney. And we're actually going to do a live later on in October. We talk about the differences between Disney Cruise and Royal. Laura has been on Royal, Disney, Princess, about Norwegian.
Not NCL.
Coming up because we're going on MSC. And what other cruises?
MSC.
Yeah, MSC.
That's all of them.
Yeah, you've been on quite a few. So for me, I have been on the Disney Magic, Disney Wonder, Disney Dream, Disney Fantasy. Have not quite been on the Wish yet. Laura has been on the Wish. So between the two of us, we've been on all the Disney cruise ships, and we're really excited to talk about the Treasure. Fun fact, my birthday is in January, so it set sail, which we'll talk more about this, but it set sail in December of 2024. I will be sailing in January of 2025, and Lord knows we are not talking about how old I'm going to be at that point. That's like 2 years from now, but I will be on there celebrating my birthday for sure, and will only be in the water for like a month. So I'm really, really excited about that. I haven't decided if I'm going to do concierge level or not. I really want to do concierge level because I've never done that before, but we will see. So today we are talking all about the Disney Treasure. And before we start, can everybody see us and hear us? Okay. Hi, Piers. Thank you so much for being here. We're glad you're here. Hello. By the way, we're streaming this live on YouTube. We're streaming this live on our regular page. And we're also streaming it in our private VIP Facebook group as well. So we're streaming this in all the places today. So thank you, Buddy R, for coming and joining us today. And yay, I'm glad that you guys can hear us and see us. So let's talk about what we already know about the Disney Treasure. And Laura and I want to do a different spin on this because we're going to show you what Disney has on their website. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go through every single thing, but we want to give you a very different lens. We want to give you the lens of what's different from the Treasure versus what's on the Wish. How is the Triton class very different from the other two classes of Disney cruise ships, the Dream and the Fantasy, the Magic and the Wonder. We want to talk about those things. And we've also been trying to deep dive into some hidden facts that aren't really listed on the website, or facts that if people are not paying attention, they're going to miss.
They will totally miss some of these.
They will totally miss some of these things. So really excited to dive deep into these things. So let's start with just the basics, Laura, of the Disney Treasure. So the Treasure is sailing, inaugural sailing is going to be in December of 2024. So we are about a year and a couple of months away from the inaugural sailing of the Treasure.
Actually, it's the inaugural sail date is December 21st. So folks, you're going to be able to spend Christmas on an inaugural cruise.
Christmas. By the way, if you're wondering, yes, you can book this already. We can totally help you with that whole entire process for your family. Okay, so Christmas cruise, inaugural sailing 2024. And it is sailing out of Port Canaveral, which is about an hour and a half, depending upon traffic, from Orlando. And right now you have the Fantasy and the Wish that are sailing out of Port Canaveral. So one of the questions, Laura, everybody wants to know is, what is happening to the Fantasy? Is the Fantasy going to stay at Port Canaveral? Is it going to leave? What's going on with that?
Well, we're going to find out more on that. Right now, the Fantasy is staying. So right now, the Fantasy is staying in Port Canaveral. I look for the Fantasy to probably swing around either into Miami or Fort Lauderdale. I don't feature it going too much further than that. I think that's where it's going to go. The Wish will stay in Port Canaveral, serving their 3 and 4 night cruises, and the Treasure will be doing the 7 night cruises. Now you're still going to have, you know, the Magic and the Wonder and the Dream rolling around there. So, you know, the Dream is going to start pushing out and doing some more interesting cruises, maybe a little further out. So we'll see some of those. Magic is to stick around and hit some of the Gulf Coast areas, be it Galveston or out of New Orleans. It seems to be where that's looking like. The Wonder generally does a lot of stuff out of LA. You know, they do a lot of the Alaska stuff out of LA. So you're going to see some of that over there too.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see more of Disney Cruise Line ships sailing from, like you said, Texas, New Orleans, and also I think California too, because California has like the Baja cruises. So I feel like we're going to see more of that for sure. It's interesting to me that Disney really does try to pretty much treats Port Canaveral as like their newest ships pretty much go there. Because if you think about it, you know, as soon as Dream started its thing, as soon as Fantasy started its thing, their home base was Port Canaveral. Their home base has been Port Canaveral for almost, 10 years. And now we have the Wish that took the place of the Dream. And then it looks like the Treasure is going to be basically taking the place eventually of the Fantasy over there as well. And so that means that the Fantasy, if you guys are wondering, where is the Fantasy going to sail? It's going to do Eastern and Western Caribbean cruises. The Treasure is going to do Eastern and Western Caribbean cruises, just like the Fantasy does right now. So that's looking like, and the ports of call are pretty much the same as what the Fantasy is already doing. Right. So there's not a lot of changes there. So let's talk about we talked about the base. We'll talk about pricing and staterooms towards the end. And we'll also tell you how you can get one of our amazing PDFs that kind of outlines a lot of this information for you. We've compiled to a really nice PDF for you to print out, look at, send to a friend, whatever you want. We'll talk about how you can get this at the end. But let's talk about the Grand Staircase because, our travel agency name is Magic Lamp Vacations. So I'm pretty excited about the Grand Staircase and the whole lobby, atrium, grand hall area of it. So let me actually go ahead and I want to share some of these pictures that Disney has shared with us and show these amazing things. All right, so we are looking at the Grand Hall, the lobby of the Disney Treasure. And lo and behold, look what is adorning the Grand Staircase. We have Aladdin and Jasmine on the magic carpet. And if you all are looking very closely over here in the corner, there is a lamp. The lamp is right there on the corner as well. So I'm really excited about this. Now, Laura, there's a lot of details in this that people might miss from the pictures. What are some of the things that you're excited about that people might miss that we can learn from these pictures?
So here in the Grand Hall, if you'll notice this Grand Staircase, do you see those lights going up and down the staircase?
Yes.
They look really pretty. Those are going to be magical enhancements that are going to light up during certain times. So now for those people and I have a lot of clients that have sailed on the Wish. For those of our clients that have sailed on the Wish, you lay down in the middle of the floor for the kiss goodnight and the ceiling lights up.
Right.
So here, what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for these magical lights to go up and down the staircase for their kiss goodnight. So I think we're going to find some pretty cool things happening with the lighting effects here. And I'm real excited because if you look at the lobby, notice the shapes of the windows up on the second floor. It's all, very Agrabah kind of thing. And I love it. It's going to be amazing. Whereas, the Wish is very, very light and airy and bright. This feels more mysterious to me. And I like it.
It does feel a little bit darker on the interior, deep blues, deep greens, really excited about it.
So much gold.
A lot of gold. I am really excited about this lighting fixture at the front. Like, honestly, after sailing on a few other cruise ships, Disney definitely feels like a first-class cruising experience in terms of the decor and the amount of money they put into I said decor, but the decoration, which is decor, but especially their lobby chandeliers or lobby lighting fixtures are really ornate. And what stands out to me about this is obviously this is going to light up to in a really, really cool way. I also, it looks like the middle piece here is another homage to the idea of a single star. I think the bottom piece right over here is going to kind of symbolize, again, like Disney always does, having that wish upon a star piece. It also looks like there's some other lights around there that might twinkle as well, which is going to be really, really cool. And of course, you already talked about the fiber optics right there.
Go back to the chandelier. Okay. If you notice the chandelier, Disney does everything for a reason. Nothing just happens, nothing out of happenstance. It's done for a reason. So if you look at this picture and you see the finials hanging around the chandelier, do you see that there are obviously 6? We see 5 here. There's a 6th one on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
There's 6 windows. There's 6 openings. Those 6 openings, windows, finials, the lights above them, there are 6 circling it. 6 Disney cruise ships. Nothing is done just by accident.
Well, there's going to be 7, so it's probably because it's the 6th one.
So Disney is very, very intentional about the things that they do. So this would represent the 6 ships. When you're on the Wish and you look up there, there are 5 stars, 5 ships. This, we have 6. There are 6 ships. So when the Disney Adventure that's going to be in the Asian market.
Wait, I know where you're going. There's going to be 7 something up there.
There's going to be 7 somethings up there.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, that's really, really awesome. And then I also think it's cool that on the back of the ship, we're finally going to have Peter Pan and Captain Hook. Like, it's funny to me that we haven't had Peter Pan and Captain Hook who, they live on ships at Neverland. We haven't had them adorn any of the pieces of the ships yet. So this is really cool. I'm really excited to see this. And as you all can see, on all the cruise ships, they're painting the back of it. So all the statues are painting the back of it. So you can see that Peter Pan has a paintbrush and it's all yellow, and he has painted all over Captain Hook and his hook and everything else. It's really, really cool.
Yes.
Really, really cool. Okay, so those are, some of the grand staircase and the stern characters, that kind of thing. Laura, let's move on and let's start talking about the different dining options that we're going to have on this cruise ship. And I'm going to pull up the actual Disney Cruise website of the Treasures so you all can look at that while we talk about it. But there's things that people are going to miss if you're not paying attention. So First thing I want to say is that unlike the Wish, that is 3 and 4 night sailings, because the Treasure is 7 night sailings, you're going to dine in all 3 main dining rooms twice.
And one of them 3 times.
And one of them 3 times, which means there's going to be some different experiences. So Laura was talking about, before we went live, Laura was talking about this, but the Disney, so one of the first ones is going to be Plaza de Coco, which is going to be basically a live theatrical show. And on the first night, you get to watch Miguel and the Town Mariachis entertain in a lively song and dance. But then, Laura, tell everybody what you told me. On the second night, the next night, there's a completely different show.
Yes. So because this is a show, a dinner show, and for those of you that have been on the Wish, this is in the same place as Arendelle. Okay. So this would be the Frozen experience on the Wish. So now, since we're going to sail 7 nights, we don't want you to see the same show twice or possibly 3 times. So Disney's going to run a show for the first part of the cruise. Then up their sleeve, they have a second show. So it's going to be an extension of this show, taking it a little bit further. So you're not going to see the same show twice unless you're lucky enough to be in this dining room 3 times.
Yeah, and it looks like there's different characters too, because it specifically says on the website, if you look at the website, it says Miguel and the Town Mariachis for the first night. Mm-hmm. And then the second night, it's Dia de los Muertos. And then it's Mama Coco and Abuelita. So also, if you have not seen pictures from Oogie Boogie Bash, I would love it if they had some of the one of the characters in the full like Day of the Dead like ghost makeup, like Ernesto de la Cruz.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I would flip out. Like that would be absolutely incredible if they did that.
Oh, Jesse would just freak out.
Yes. Okay. So then you have 1923 on the Wish. So that is coming back again on the Disney Treasure. Laura, how was your experience dining at 1923 on the Wish? Did you enjoy it?
Yes. 1923 was a lovely restaurant, an ode to Walt and Roy Disney. There are 2 sides. There's a Roy side and a Walt side. And within these restaurants are just beautiful works of art as far as original drawings, treasured pieces of Disney memorabilia are housed in these restaurants. So at any given time, depending on what table you're at, you may be seeing different things. If you get the opportunity to walk around, and I highly recommend, get up and need to go to the bathroom, so you can kind of cruise through the restaurant and see some of these things. They're magnificent. And these are all original pieces. These are not, reproductions. They have them, they're all labeled, and you can see that these are labeled as originals in these glass cases you can see in the picture. It's beautiful. The dining experience is it's very elegant. It's very, very nice. The food is outstanding. Of course, it's Disney. The food is always outstanding. So it's a very, very nice dining experience. And on certain nights, when we were on the Wish, when people were dining in 1923, we saw lots of flapper outfits. People came decked out in their 1923 garb to go eat at 1923. And it was so cute.
How do men dress?
In those little pinstripe suits and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it was fun. We saw lots of flapper dresses and lots of little black suits and pinstripes and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, so let's talk about the Marvel Dining Adventure, because I know that is something that they have been, I think, tweaking a little bit on the Wish based on guest feedback. Yes. But the idea is superheroes live. You get to see them run through the dining room. And over on the Wish, it's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes.
Right? And here we're actually going to have Spider-Man, and it's actually going to be Avengers Quantum Encounter with a special appearance by Spider-Man live and in person. while there's a global menu inspired by all the different Avengers and superheroes. So I'm curious, what do you think Disney might want to improve on from the Wish or change based on your experience dining?
So what I'm looking for in this Marvel dinner, it was amazing. It was so interactive and just craziness going on around you. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. What I am hoping that they do is take a little more time with Spider-Man and any of the other characters they bring in and spend a little more time. We had Ant-Man and Wasp-Man, and they literally ran through the dining room and out the door. They didn't stop. They ran through like they were chasing each other. So I would like to see the characters actually spend a little more time in the dining room. I think that's going to be a great change for them. I think a lot of people were complaining about that they just felt kind of, shafted on that. What I will tell you that Disney did that is so cool, they brought the characters on board at one point, and there's a whole film aspect that they're going to show you with those characters on your ship trying to save all the things that they're there to save and do, but they're running through the ship, and you see them in the same places that you've been, around the pool area, in the kids areas, this kind of thing. And so you're watching this and they're like, well, wow, what do we need to do here? Well, I want to go swimming in Goofy's pool, kind of thing. And so they really took the characters, blended them into the ship. And so it just made it so much more fun instead of it just being a movie portion of it that didn't have anything to do with the ship. They really integrated the ship. So I look for that to happen again on this one with just, more Spider-Man, and hopefully there'll be some, maybe some webbing going on somewhere that, some spider webs hanging around, make it kind
of. At the very least, like give people a heads up to get out their smartphones and cameras so that when they run through, they can actually, do like a really quick selfie, right? Because if it happens too fast and you don't have time to get prepared.
Well, and they do tell you, but it happens so fast that my picture was a blur as he ran by. But yes, so World of Marvel is a very cool, very different.
All right, so let's talk about some other places. First of all, you're going to have Marceline Market, which is the huge main dining area on the ship. Right, Laura?
Yes. Marceline Market is the buffet that everybody knows about a buffet. Marceline Market is the buffet. And it is so nice. It is so nice. And it is segmented into little seating areas. And it's very quaint. It doesn't feel like the big open, 4,000 seat buffet area. It's decorated beautifully, and it's just very cute with all the different little seating areas. You feel like you're in a different restaurant, all the different places that you go in there. I love it.
Amazing. So there's also Mickey and Friends Festival of Foods, which is also on the Disney Wish. So those two pieces are the same.
Yes. And that smokestack barbecue, oh, yummy. That was delicious.
What about
Oh my God.
What about Donald's Cantina? Is there chips and queso?
Yes, there's chips and queso, tacos, that kind of stuff. Daisy's Pizza, Goofy's Grill, those kind of things. All those are still there. But I will tell you, if you get the opportunity, eat at Mickey's Smokestack Barbecue. It was delicious. And I mean, it's not that often that you get a barbecue restaurant on a cruise ship, because they're not baking barbecue in an oven, folks. They have pits, big barbecue pits built into the ship that they smoke this barbecue. There's a few other ships out there that do it. I know some Royal ships do it and serve barbecue. And it is a very, very cool thing. And nothing smells better than walking by and smelling the wood burning and the barbecue cooking.
We're also a little biased because we're from Texas and we're obsessed with barbecue.
Okay, a little bit. My husband happens to be a master barbecue guy. He just, yeah, my husband can barbecue anything. He can smoke it and do all the good stuff. So this is amazing that I love this. Now, Jumbo Sweet Shop. Okay, so Jumbo Sweet Shop is going to be the equivalent of the Inside Out one, Joyful Sweets on the Wish. Okay, so you're going to have it where it's going to be different theming inside. In Joyful, you have all the characters, and it's all very bright primary type stuff. This one is very pink, and it's got all the Zootopia characters in it. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
That is going to be fun. I mean, I like both those movies. They're both fantastic. I'm really happy that they are really trying to make each ship and the Triton class as uniquely as they can. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In terms of, it feels like there's more uniqueness and individuality with some of the theming and Imagineering versus what was in the other classes. I also, what are you going to say?
I feel like this ship is more Disney than any of the ships. I feel like every single place they have on this ship is representative of a Disney attraction of some kind. And we're going to go into that a little bit deeper further as we go. But where some of the other ships, it's just it's a coffee shop. It's, just a regular, snack bar kind of thing. This is, I mean, every single thing that I have read and come across, and everything is related to an attraction. Instead of just a movie, it's an attraction.
Yeah, very true. So you also have 2 walk-up cafes. You have the J. Cricket Cafe, which is obviously going to be inspired from Mulan.
Yes.
And then you have Hey Cafe, which is going to be inspired from Moana.
Yes.
And the Isle of Motunui.
Yes.
I think is how you say it, which is really great. Okay, so let's talk about entertainment. So the Dream has Disney's Beauty and the Beast, and so it's going to be the same show. Maybe they'll tweak it, update it a little bit, but it's going to be very similar to what's on the Dream, which is amazing. It's based off the live action version of Beauty and the Beast, not the animated classic, for those of you who are curious. And then you're also going to have Disney Seas the Adventure. Now, the Disney Seas the Adventure, you got to see that, Laura, on The Wish, correct?
I did. It's a very, very cute show. So Beauty and the Beast on the Dream, the only Tony Award winning show. They won a Tony on this, and there is no category for cruise ships, people. And the Dream won the Tony for Beauty and the Beast. I'm so excited that they're bringing it to the Treasure. I'm a little surprised that they're not bringing Aladdin, since Aladdin, but I love that they're bringing Beauty and the Beast, and then Seas the Adventure, which is the same thing that's on the Wish. The third show has yet to be released. It's going to be a brand new show.
I know. I'm hoping, and I know this is like a hard sell probably, I would love a Disney villain show. They used to have the really old Villains Tonight show. I would love if they did like a revamp and did a villain show. I think that would be really, really awesome and amazing. One of the Disney cruise shows that people miss or don't hear a lot about is Twice Upon a Cinderella Story. The after the whole Cinderella story, like that's one of my favorite of all the Disney Cruise Line shows I've ever seen. I just thought it was amazing. Very, very well done. Really fun and just completely different. So we also have a new Aqua Mouse attraction. So it is going to be very similar to what's on the Wish, but instead they're going to be all new scenes. And so this one is going to be the Curse of the Golden Egg. I love Egyptology and mummies, probably because in high school, one of my favorite movies was The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. So I'm excited about this. And it also says, watch out for booby traps and mishaps. So that will send you in unexpected directions. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to find out. Laura, did you ride the Aqua Mouse on?
I did ride the Aqua Mouse, and it's very, very fun. And yes, there I can see where there could be some places for some unexpected stuff to happen.
Okay, so then the other thing that we have to look forward to, I'm still talking about dining options, but we're actually talking about entertainment at this point, as you all gathered. So we also have Sarabi. So Sarabi is going to be a lounge inspired by the Disney film The Lion King and home to musical performances, comedy acts, and family game shows.
Yes.
This is interesting to me, and you can, since you've been on the Wish, you can talk about this, but you know, for the dream, the fantasy, the wonder, you have like in the adult only areas during the day, you have like the Tube, and you have a couple other places where they do game shows and comedic acts. But then you also have like D23 Lounge or D Lounge, not D23, D Lounge that has you know, where they do usually family bingo on the other cruise ships. That's also where they talk to you about DVC. It's where you do like your character drawings. So is Sarabi, you think, going to be more like a D Lounge or more like, you know, the Tube on the other cruise lines?
So Sarabi is going to be this in the exact same place as Luna on the Wish. And when we were on the Wish, Luna did all kinds of things. Okay. So they did the bingos. They did all the, oh my gosh, it like just left me. They played all the family games and stuff like that in Luna. So that's when they were doing all of that. They did a little karaoke kind of stuff in there. And so the Sarabi Lounge is going to be the same thing. They will probably also use it on day one of your cruise. This is a great meeting point for making dining reservations. So on the Wish, as soon as you get on the boat, you go straight to Luna to start working on your dining reservations. I'm sure Sarabi will probably be the same way.
Got it. You also have a new hero zone, which is going to be action-packed physical challenges and game show style competition. Mm-hmm. That's going to be really exciting. And then, of course, you have Disney classics and blockbusters. Like, this is one of my favorite parts of Disney cruising is seeing first-run movies and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. And a Wonderland Cinema, which is nod to Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Or be transported to the pixie dust world of Peter Pan and the Neverland Cinema. So we're not getting not one, we're getting two different movie theaters.
And they show two different movies. They're not showing the same movies. So we have the same thing on the Wish, and they were showing two different movies the whole time we were there.
Remind everybody, what were they themed to on the Wish?
The exact same thing. You have Wonderland and Neverland.
Amazing. Were there any special enhancements inside with the lighting?
They're very pretty. And yes, there are a few little things in there for you to see.
Amazing. All right. So let's talk about we're going to talk about the adult areas. So I'm really excited about this Skipper Society because I love corny dad joke humor, which is what the Jungle Cruise is known for. And then they brought it over to Skipper Canteen at the Magic Kingdom of Walt Disney World Resort. And so you get to experience tributes to skippers from the Nile and Amazon. I'm thinking and hoping that they have, I don't know if they're going to have something kind of like Trader Sam's, like any kind of interaction pieces in there. But at the very least, I hope that the bartenders have a sense of skipper humor, as they say. What do you think, Laura?
There will be a lot of the corny jokes that you're used to hearing on the Jungle Cruise. And if you keep your eyes out, there just might be some of the backside of water. Just keep your eyes peeled. The backside of water just might make an appearance.
Okay. I love that. And then we also have the Periscope Club, which is homage to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea submarine voyage. And it looks like it's going to have like monitors that look like you're looking like underneath the water or something of that nature, which is going to be really, really cool. And this surprised me, to be honest, because 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I believe, was replaced by Finding Nemo at Disneyland.
Yes.
And then you had 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea under the Magic Kingdom, and then it got ripped out basically because it was taking such a large footprint of the Magic Kingdom, and they wanted to put more rides and attractions to increase capacity. So I was surprised that Disney chose to pay tribute to an attraction that for practical purposes doesn't really exist in their US theme parks anymore. Were you surprised by this at all?
I was a little bit surprised, but I'm so excited. And
Yeah.
because there are so many Disney touches and so many little hidden things, there's some more hidden things in the Jungle Cruise that you'll find. But here in the Periscope Lounge, one thing I will tell you, if you are sitting at the bar, and Brandon, if you can put your mouse right over the giant periscope right there, that big gold circle behind the bar. Nope.
Yes.
Behind the bar. Okay. If you will look at that, if you're sitting at the bar and look at that, there's a series of numbers there. And in all Disney fashion, they're not just made up numbers. Those are actually the geographical coordinates for the shipyard that built the treasure.
How do you know this?
Because I know things.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with some of the fact findings. Where is the backside of water in this picture? Because now I want to know.
The backside of water is not shown in that picture, but it will make an appearance. And if you'll notice the way that bar is built, okay, you see the plaque, the siding kind of looks like a ship, the slats on a ship,
here.
Okay, and the little fringe across the top is like the little tarps that hang on the Jungle Cruise boats.
Yep.
You know, down there right above the bar, the little rickrack looking stuff.
Yep.
Right above that, above the bar, every ship in Jungle Cruise has a name, right?
Yep.
This one is being named the EMS Empress. And so this is going to be dubbed an actual jungle boat. So her name is going to be the EMS Empress.
I'm impressed that you found out this stuff. This is really cool. Okay. So we also have Palo's Steakhouse, and we also have Enchante. So Palo.
It's Enchante.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. My little Texas friend.
So that would be like Enchante is the equivalent of what would be like Remy on the Dream or the Fantasy. So that's like the really upscale Michelin star restaurant. Palo's Steakhouse is different and similar than Palo on the other ships because it is still Palo, but the other ships is more Italian. It's not a steakhouse.
Correct. Yeah. Palo and Enchante and the Rose. So the Rose Bar, which you can kind of see in this picture right here. This is the Rose Bar that will lead you into Palo and then down a hallway to Enchante. And the neat thing I love about this, and I'm so glad they brought it over here because it's such a beautiful bar and it actually tells such a beautiful story. If you start at the very front when you walk in, this rose is full and tight. And if you look at the ceiling, the rose petals start to fall. So as you get right there to Palo and Enchante, the petals have fallen. So
now, did you do brunch at Palo? Because brunch at Palo is epic. And whenever we do a Disney cruise, we always do Palo brunch.
Palo brunch is always amazing. We've done Palo brunch. We actually did Palo dinner.
And how was it?
Outstanding.
And you did it on the Wish, yeah?
Yeah, we've done it on the Wish. We've done it on Dream. We've done it on Magic. We do it on all the Disney ships. I love Palo. And we've done brunch as well, and it's equally as good. You can do brunch on Enchante as well as a dessert pairing. So you can do a dessert.
Those dessert pairings go so fast.
Oh my God.
They go so fast. That's one of the things that we love doing for our clients is helping them get the dining reservations, for the upcharge places, which is Enchante and Paulo Steakhouse, and doing like the bourbon tasting, the wine tasting, like, you know, and Port Adventures and all that kind of stuff too. But man, usually those dessert things go first, the wine tastings, the mixology class, they go
mixologies always go fast.
They go so fast on the Disney cruise ships. Really, really fast. Yeah, it does sound like Indiana Jones storyline kind of thing. You are absolutely right. My husband, by the way, everybody says that we need to pay more attention to the comments. So I'm trying to do that as we go.
Okay, good. You do that because I can't see them. So
as we go through everything. Okay, so let's talk about the kids clubs areas, which I know a lot of parents want to know more about the actual kids clubs areas. Oops. That's the kids clubs areas.
Yes.
And of course, we're going to have Marvel superheroes at the Superhero Academy for ages 3 to 12. And if you're wondering what superheroes are going to be able to interact with, you're going to have Spider-Man, Black Panther, Ant-Man, and the Wasp, which is really, really cool. You also might be able to see additional Marvel characters depending upon when you sail. If they bring Marvel Day at Sea like they have the other cruise ships, we definitely going to keep you all informed with that. And then, of course, you can also meet your Disney princesses. So you're going to be able to craft floating lanterns at Rapunzel's art studio, act out your favorite stories in Belle's library, and also create your own ice magic at Anna and Elsa's summer house. So, and basically, as you can see in this picture, that means that your kiddos are going to be able to interact with Belle and Anna and Elsa, and then also Rapunzel, since those are their places. And then you can also join the Resistance at the Star Wars Cargo Bay and Oceaneers Club and see Chewbacca and Rey as well. And then you're going to have the Edge and Vibe for the teens and tweens. You're going to have the Imagineering Lab and with hands-on activities and things of that nature. And then, of course, you're going to have Small World Nursery. So, all right, let's talk about these staterooms. These look similar and look and feel to the Wish.
Yes.
But the paintings are very different.
The decor on the wall is going to be a little bit different, but basically the rest of it is going to be the same. So, now, when you start moving into some of these suites that Brandon is rolling through here, some of these tower suites are insane. I mean, they are absolutely insane.
Oh, wait, I see now. Hold on. Let's go to inside staterooms first. And we'll start with this. So this is your inside stateroom.
Yes. So this is your inside stateroom. Your artwork looks like you're looking through the arches off of Jasmine's castle, looking out onto Agrabah. These are beautiful. They're very light and just bright. These rooms that they've done on the Wish are so roomy. There's so much storage. They have a little refrigerated drawer that you can put, some beverages and stuff in to keep them cold. But there are tons and tons and tons of storage. The bed is really high off the floor, so all your luggage can be stored under your bed. Again, with the 2 bathrooms. So you have the sink and a toilet in one, and you have the shower and a sink in the other. So people can be getting ready at the same time. This is amazing. One of my favorite parts of Disney cruises are the bathrooms. So those are in your, a lot of your family suites and your veranda suites and stuff like that.
Now, there's no magical portal. Like, if the Dream and the Fantasy had the magical porters in the inside staterooms, which are really, really fun. But these are way, they feel bigger and roomier because they're so bright.
Yes, they're very, very bright. They're very bright. So again, here, now these are your ocean view cabins. You can see where you've got the beds, the Pullman beds that come down from the ceiling, as well as the sofa turning into a bed if you've got 4 guests in a room. Again, all the same storage. The double bathrooms. These are just going to be very light, bright, beautiful rooms. I'm not sure if they're going to do between forward and aft rooms, if they're going to change the color scheme and the artwork on the Wish. The aft and forward rooms are different. So the artwork is different. So we'll see what Disney decides to do on theirs, if they're going to do that for here.
Let's see what this video is. Oh, look. All right, so they've shown us some magical touches, Agrabah in the background, and then you can see Mickey there too.
So this is a deluxe family suite you're looking at.
All right, we're going to the bathroom. So
yes, and the bathrooms are beautiful in the new ships. They are so light and bright and beautiful.
Yeah, that's really, really pretty. Okay, so let's talk about the concierge stateroom and suites. Let's talk about this Tomorrowland Terrace suite.
This is the Tomorrow Tower suite. Now, this is all based upon Epcot and for tomorrow, the things that Epcot stands for, a world of tomorrow. So you're going to find little odes to Figment. In this room, there's going to be some Figment statues. It's all going to be very contemporary, very modern looking. At the base of the stairs, you're going to find a representative of Spaceship Earth. You'll see a lot of fixtures that are very round, representing Spaceship Earth, that kind of thing. I love these because these little pocket rooms off to the side for the kids with the bunk beds, they have lots of space. It gives them space to move around, their own TV, kind of their own space. I love these. They're going to be wonderful. This is lovely the way that they did the headboard on that now this is the bathroom in this suite. And people, let me tell you what, I've been
that
in
wall right there.
This is amazing. This is amazing. The closet is bigger than most people's home closet. It has a huge walk-in closet. So this is going to be one of the sitting rooms. You've got your dining room area, you know, all kinds of stuff with the stairs coming down between the floors.
Okay, so that is the Tomorrow Tower suite. Now we're going into the concierge 2-story royal suite with veranda.
Yes. So on this one, there's going to be 4 royal suites. Okay. And they're all going to be an ode to the tigers of Jungle Cruise and Aladdin. So you're going to have some Shere Khan and some Raja being represented in these rooms. You'll find it in the artwork and statues and stuff. Beautiful, beautiful rooms. Look at how spacious they are. They have so much room. There's no reason for you to trip over anything. And look at that bathroom.
Yeah, that's really gorgeous.
Okay. And those glass windows, they have a fog button. You hit it and they frost the glass. So you've got that. You're going to have a couple of bedrooms in there. Each one's going to have a private bath.
So these are all different themed. Each one is differently themed. So if you look at these pictures, you can see that we've moved to a different theme. So this is like theme 1. This is theme 2. You can see the difference.
Yes.
And the coloring.
Which makes me wonder about their placement on the ship.
Yeah. So
the Wish has everything divided with a blue side and a green side. And I see the same blue and I see the same green here. So it makes me wonder if we're going to have them separated a little bit.
Okay. Now we have just the concierge family staterooms.
Okay. So again, these are amazing. These are going to be the same type of stateroom that you have in a veranda stateroom, but this is going to be concierge level. You're going to have upgraded bedding, upgraded services, and all of that. But again, look at how much storage is underneath the bed. Disney really listened to people when they were filling out those surveys about needing space to store luggages.
So Laura, you're taking me on the Tomorrowland Tower suite, right?
Yeah. On a tour. Yes, I am. I will take you on a tour.
Oh man, this is really, 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 really cool.
Well, and with some of these suites, the service from Palo will come to your room and serve in your stateroom on some of these. So it's always something fun.
That's really, really fantastic. Okay. So what are the prices looking like for the Disney Treasure? I'm just going to leave this beautiful gallery here of the stateroom. What are the prices looking at? Because I was looking at maybe splurging for concierge, and I will tell you, concierge is about double the price.
Yes.
For what I was looking at, because if you're doing, and by the way, this is just general cruising. So if you're a first time cruiser or you're curious about cruising prices, the first 2 people in your stateroom are going to pay full occupancy rate for the stateroom. Double occupancy is what they call it. So people always wonder all the time, like, does it matter if it's a kid or it's adult? For the first 2 people, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a kid. Doesn't matter if it's adult. The first 2 bodies in that room get charged the premium price. And then when you get the 3rd person, the 4th person, and if the stateroom allows it, the 5th person, then you get those price breaks for having more people inside that stateroom on that cruise. By the way, for those of you all wondering, when should we be booking these? If you like, the Wish has been crazy sold since it sold. Now it's been selling for over a year and it's still crazy. So if you want to do the Treasure, don't wait to book. Prices always go up. They don't go down. They go up closer to ceiling. These prices are definitely going to go up. There is not very much occupancy and during peak times already because they've just released the dates. So you don't want to wait if you really want to set sail on this newest Disney cruise ship. So I know for my birthday, for 2 people with an ocean view veranda, I was looking at around $5,000. I know for concierge level, it was looking at around $10,000, I think. 20% deposit for it for my birthday. What are you looking at for that? Was just for me, on for my birthday, which is, by the way, if you guys are wondering when that is, that's in January. So January of 2025.
Yeah. So the prices are going to be different for each time of year. During certain times of year, the prices are going to be different. There's going to be different times to sail. And that's why you have us, because we're going to tell you, if you have a hard, fast date you have to use, okay, then we're going with that. If you just want to sail on this beautiful ship, we're going to try and find you the best time to sail. It's going to be the best rates. On the inaugural cruise, you're looking in the $8,000 range for a 7-night cruise, and you start going up into concierge and stuff like that, and you're up into the 14s. So just know that going in. And like Brandon said, the first 2 guests are full price. 3rd and 4th guests, get a reduced rate. And I get this question so many times when I book families on cruise ships. Yes, an infant counts as a person. Babies do not cruise free. They are a soul on board.
It's not like the parks, y'all. Where that child is under 3 years old, they count as 2 and they don't have to have a park ticket. It's not like that.
No. Cruise ships, these are based on souls on board. And so if you're going to bring an infant, I would make sure that I had some other stuff in there with them so that you're hopefully get the lowest rate. Don't try to take you and just an infant.
Yeah, don't do that. And the other thing too is, even if the occupancy says it will fit 5 people, it depends on how many people have already booked rooms, because they have a limited occupancy because of the lifeboats, that whole Titanic thing that did not end up very well. So they want to make sure they have enough lifeboats and places on board. So even though the room can fit 5, doesn't mean Disney's going to let you book 5. So because it depends on how many people have already booked their rooms. So really, really, really important things to remember. Okay, so let's answer some questions.
Is you have twins. If you have twins or you have 2 children in pack and plays or cribs, you can't put them in the same room. You now need to look at booking a connecting room and splitting it up like that, because the rooms are not built to hold 2 pack and plays, 2 cribs. So that is something you always have to think about too. If you have 3 or 4 small children and 2 of them are still in cribs, we need to think about bringing grandma and grandpa and having them go in the next room adjoining and taking one of those babies over to that side. So my kids, if you're watching and you want to do this, grandma is volunteering to be tribute. I'm there for you.
Okay, so we have some really good comments and questions. So we have someone said the mixology and other tastings are so popular because they're not just drinks; they make them educational. I've learned more in these classes than any other place. That's so true. We did we did a mixology class on, I think it was the Wonder, and we learned a whole lot. Amazing. Somebody else said they're sold for their and Krista's honeymoon. Amazing. Will there be a private butler? So I believe the suites have something similar to butler service, concierge level for the regular rooms, which means they have like designated concierge level cast members that will help you with all of your needs and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Spa services, you got them.
Most definitely buy the spa package so you can use the spa room with the heated loungers and the rainforest. Buy it. Just do it.
Yeah, so that'll be really great. So there will be a Sensu Spa and Salon, which will be amazing. And I haven't seen anybody do a review of like the couples massages on the Wish, but Dustin and I did a couples massage on I think it was the Wonder, and it was amazing. It was so fantastic. Where you have your own.
My daughter and son-in-law did it on Magic.
You have your own sauna, like, you know, spa, sauna, your own private area. They give you time to enjoy it. You get to have your chocolate, your fruit, like that kind of a thing. And they take you for your treatments, and then you come back and you enjoy it more. It was amazing. It was really cool.
And I will tell you a little secret. A lot of people don't know that when you're there in the spa and you leave the rainforest room and all that kind of stuff, you can go straight outside to the whirlpools and that area right outside the spa. That's open to anybody. People don't know that. It's like your own concierge deck without a bartender. But if you just want to go and read a book and you want some silence and you just want to lounge in the spa and just sit out and enjoy the air, that's a great place to do it. It's very nice, very quiet, and rarely is there anybody out there.
That's amazing. Now, if you all are wondering about how we help when it comes to planning your Disney cruise, you guys can visit our website, magiclandvacations.com, Disney Cruise. We talk all about how Disney Cruise Line is different. We talk about what rotational dining is. If you've been on Royal, Princess, MSC, it's very, very different. We talk about Port Adventures. And then these are all the amazing services that we provide for you all. So we'll help make sure that we get you guys the best package price. You'll be part of our own exclusive client community. You'll be able to get some guidance in terms of what are the best things to eat, what are the best upcharge experiences, how to meet the Disney characters, how to maximize those interactions, what are some of the extra ticketed add-ons that you want to get for all those kinds of things. And then if you want to do our VIP services, we'll actually do all of your pre and post cruise booking. We'll book your Port Adventures for you. We will, if you're flying in, we'll take care of that stuff for you. We can do pretty much as much or as little as you want us to help you with your Disney cruise. And then the other thing, Laura, we haven't talked a whole lot about, but like we have our Rockstar planning portal. Let's see if I'm not even logged in. Hold on. Let me log into the Rockstar planning portal, which is amazing because a lot of people don't know that we have this Rockstar planning portal. So the Rockstar planning portal is where we keep exclusive guides specifically for our clients. And so we have some Disney Cruise Line guides. We have a check-in tutorial. We have a navigator app tutorial. We also have facts about every major Disney cruise ship. We also have the deck guides for those as well. And we're always adding to this, which is really unique for our clients that we have. And if you're thinking about doing Walt Disney World, you want to do like a combo vacation, we have a bunch of guides for Walt Disney World, including Genie Plus and Lightning Lane tips, foodie guides, guides on character interactions, packing lists, high requirements, strategy guides for school age kids, a lot of really, really cool stuff. And those are things that only our clients get to have access to, which is really, really amazing.
And, and a huge shout out to our very famous Sarah Solo that builds all these things for us. You guys, she is incredible. She builds all these PDFs for us and she works behind the scenes. And, she's incredible. She is incredible. Look for some really amazing things to be coming out soon from Sarah.
Which, by the way, if you want our guide to the Disney treasure, all you have to do is comment, send me the treasure, and we will send you this treasure. So we have our guide to the Disney treasure. We will send you this PDF guide, which has all of the main facts that we talked about on this cruise ship. And all you got to do is just comment down below, send me the treasure. We'll send that to you. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching this on our main Facebook page, there's going to be a link to join the private VIP Facebook group where you can get these guys, get these downloads. So you want to make sure you do that if you're not already joined. Laura, thank you so much for being here tonight. I certainly appreciate it. I had so much fun. And thank you for all that you do to help our incredible clients. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. It is my pleasure.
All right. Good night, everybody. We love you. Thanks for supporting us.